Here we go. All right, you guys, welcome everybody. I'm loving to see in the chat where people are from, and as people keep popping in, hopefully we can just encourage them to put it in the chat. I'm really thirsty, so I'm sorry you guys are going to see me grabbing for my water. It finally got warm here in Boise. But I am so excited. We're keeping this class super short and simple and sweet, but this is my favorite topic to talk about when I'm teaching because to me, this was the most life-changing. We are going to be talking about essential oils and just the very basics of them and how to get started using them if you're new to oils or if you need kind of a refresher in oils. So I've been using essential oils for over 10 years now, and I can really honestly, truly say that they have changed um, my life. They've changed the way that I raise my kids and what we grab, where we go for different things. And that's been incredible to have access to these tools has really made all the difference. And I'm so grateful I found them when my kids were fairly young because it really has been amazing. All right. So this is a class that's really meant to be interactive. And it's a class that I want you to walk away and feel like, okay, I could use oils. I know how to do that. So the things that we're going to cover are three cool things about oils, three ways that you can use oils, and then how to get these oils into your home. Because we can have all of the knowledge and everything poured into us. And I think you've experienced this maybe sometimes where you go to a conference or something and it's just overload, so much information, and then you can go home and then not change anything. And like, what good was the conference? I don't want you to go, well, what good was that class? I want you to be empowered and to say, okay, take that and here we go, next thing. Um, Here's how I can implement it in my life. Okay. All right. This says text me, but you know what? Don't text me. You can text whoever invited you to this class, or if you want, you can put it in our chat. But here's what we're going to do for texting, or you can again put it into the chat if you want to. But just your top health concerns. Now, this can be for you or it can be for someone else in your household, but I really want you to think about, again, three things. And this is why this is so important. The first reason is because I can tell you all the ways to use oils, but it's not going to really matter. There's literally hundreds of ways to use oils. What's going to matter to you is how to use oils for a very specific thing that you have going on in your life. Does that make sense? So I want to make sure that we're covering that for you. And we want to make sure that, you know, even if you already have oils in your house, maybe we can tweak some things and help you figure out which ones are really going to be helpful for you right now and how to use them. So if you text the person that invited you or put it in the chat, that's what's going to be most helpful is these top three health concerns for yourself. Okay, we are going to jump right in to three cool things about essential oils. So I guess I forgot to ask, everyone can see the PowerPoint easily and good, right? Perfect. Okay. So three cool things about oils. The very first thing that's cool about doTERRA essential oils is that they're 100% natural and safe. There's nothing added to them or taken away from the oil. They're simply pure essential oils with no side effects and no addiction. And so that means that they're safe for babies, children, adults, the elderly. And the oils are basically just extracts from plants that really have amazing health benefits. They're pure oil, which means they're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. To give you an idea, it's like one drop of peppermint essential oil is the equivalent of drinking about 28 cups of peppermint tea. And I know a lot of people, they say they used to drink peppermint tea or something and to help soothe an upset stomach. So putting a drop of peppermint oil on your tummy when you're not feeling good can be really quick, effective, easy way. What I would love if you have oils with you would be if you wanted to grab your peppermint oil and you could put a drop in your hand, or you could even put a drop on your thumb and put it on the roof of your mouth and just feel kind of the intensity of that oil because it is really strong and that would really wake you up. The other thing you could do is put a drop of peppermint oil right here, rub it in your hands and just breathe it in. Be sure not to get it close to your eyes. And you can feel how just invigorating it is. It really wakes you up. All right. And if you needed to kind of dilute that down a little bit or not have it so strong, one thing that we do is you can use fractionated coconut oil, and that will help kind of bring the potency down a little bit so it's not so powerful and makes it even safer. This is one way that we use it with babies or the elderly to make it so that their skin doesn't have any kind of sensitivities to those oils. It's just diluting it down a little bit. They still work extremely well, and that's how we just keep that safety for them as well. Okay. Does anyone have their peppermint and did that? Can tell us how it feels for them. It might be really cooling, kind of those effects.
Well, I just ate a few peppermint beadlets, which was like a party in my mouth. It tastes amazing. Took away my chocolate craving that I was currently having. So that was helpful. And putting it on the back of my neck is nice and cooling. So yeah, it was nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Jeanette. Um, and yes, it can help with cravings and um, just very cooling, very invigorating. I love Deborah says it was very refreshing. And that's such a good way to describe it, Deborah. I love that. All right, so again, what's our first thing? They're essential oils. What's cool about essential oils? They're safe. For those of you that are just joining again, my name is Bernie Roschek and been using and loving oils for over 10 years and sharing them with others and just super passionate about it. So welcome you guys. I know we've had a couple people hop in a little bit late and I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, the second cool thing about doTERRA essential oils is that they are effective. All right. Now, they can be more effective than some of even our modern approaches. And this is because essential oils can permeate a lot of the cell membranes, which many drugs and other things cannot permeate. And a lot of times, viruses and other things hang out inside of our cells, which means they can be really hard to kill. And so that is one reason why I love something like On Guard essential oil to help boost our immune systems and kick a bug really fast. Because it doesn't matter if it's a virus or a bacteria. I remember in the beginning going to in my like essential oil journey, going to doctors and trying to figure out like, is this viral or is this bacterial? And kind of almost being bummed that it was viral because then I knew I can't take anything and that's going to be it. Once I discovered essential oils, I realized, oh my goodness, either way, it doesn't matter, viral or bacterial. I have a tool that I can use that's going to be really, really helpful and can clear up the infection either way. And so that's the other thing that I love about essential oils is just how effective they can be. So the first thing is that they're safe. The second thing is that they're very effective. Probably one of my favorite stories about being effective is just how quick they can work too. I was at a farmer's market sharing oils with people and was handing out samples of one of our oils called Deep Blue. And Deep Blue is one that people will use for pain or, they might have like a headache or aches or pain, that kind of stuff. And someone went ahead, they applied it, they had been in pain for a really long time. I'm talking years and really hadn't found some good solutions yet. And and then we chatted for a minute or two, and then they went off down doing the rest of the farmers market stuff. Well, they came back about 15 minutes later and they said, oh my goodness, my pain is like 90% gone. Could it be that that oil really helped? And like that quick, right? They weren't expecting that it can happen really fast. And I was like, yes, it can happen really quick and very effectively super safe. So that is one of my favorite stories. I've experienced that as well so many times, having upset stomach or other things that went away really quickly. So we're going to talk more about some of those things tonight. The third thing is that essential oils can be very affordable. So for one, they're much more affordable than maybe a traditional medical care doctor. They're literally pennies per dose. So like we talked about, 1 drop of peppermint can help with an upset stomach, and they can save hundreds of dollars a year in medical costs if you are able to use essential oils rather than having to make a run to the emergency room or Instacare. It can save a lot of money. So one thing that lavender has helped with has been um, allergies, and also with a friend of mine had a daughter with some asthma kind of issues, and they were often going to the emergency room because their daughter was not able to breathe very well. Well, it was kind of linked a little bit to some of these allergies and things, and lavender is a really great antihistamine. And so they paired lavender with another oil called Breathe, which can be very helpful for breathing issues. Thank you for the name Breathe. And um, and their emergency room visits virtually disappeared and went away. And they said, literally, we are saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars every year, but even every month, because those doctor bills can really add up. And I have found that same thing to be true of not having to go to the doctor near as much because I have those tools on hand. Of course, I'm so grateful for doctors and other things when emergencies arise that I feel like, a broken bone, I'm going to go to a doctor rather than just putting an oil on it. But there are things that, so many things that we can take care of at home that I think oftentimes in Western medicine, we've kind of forgotten about. Things like earaches or pink eye, that kind of stuff, we usually just take care of at home. And it's been such a blessing to be able to handle those things rather than having to go to the doctor and take medication that can kind of mess up our gut and stuff anyhow. So again, we talked about that they're safe, they're effective, and they're affordable. So how do we use essential oils? These are the 3 ways that you can use essential oils. So those of you that pulled out your peppermint, you already like use those ways. So you breathed the oil in, and you took it a little bit internally when you put it on the roof of your mouth and you felt that. And then if you had just taken the oil and put it on the back of your neck, you will have already been feeling right now that there's a little bit of tingliness to it, and you'll have felt that topical benefit of using the oil. Now, some of my favorite ways and reasons why we use them aromatically is just to have a whole mood change. And as we go through, I'm going to talk about a couple other oils tonight, and I'll be telling you how I like to use them either aromatically, topically, or internally. But one of the things that I find really amazing is just one of the quickest ways to change emotions and mood and things like that is to just breathe in an essential oil. It goes straight into our you guys help me remember how to say that, the olfactory nerves. And it just sends a signal to the limbic system, which literally can control the rest of your body and help calm you down. So within 30 seconds of smelling an oil, you can have a calming effect happening on your body. And I'll never forget teaching some little kids in a little church class one week, and one of the kids was just having a really big, hard day, lots of big emotions and meltdowns. And I just simply pulled out an oil and I was smelling it myself. And that kind of caught their attention. And so they came over and wanted to smell it too. And just maybe 10 seconds. And that child had calmed back down and was breathing again. And it just helped regulate that system a little bit more. And that has happened over and over and over again with myself or my kids, other people that I've introduced that to. I love that. All right. And of course, we talked about topically that we can put the oils on us. And of course, you want to do that where you're having an issue. So if you have a rash, you would put the oil directly on where the rash is at, or a stomach ache directly on the stomach. Maybe you're having a hard time breathing directly on the chest. And at times you'll want to dilute with fractionated coconut oil. And then for internally, it can be as simple as adding into your water or putting a drop under your tongue, or you could add into something called a veggie cap. Now these are just clear, empty capsules. You can open them up and you put a drop of oil or a couple drops of oil in and close them back up and just take the oil internally like that. It can be very, very easy to do it. So today I'm going to talk about some of my favorite oils. I know we've got a couple people on the call that have also been using oils for a while. So if you have like a favorite way that you love to use these oils, I would love for you to hop on. You don't have to wait for me to share a way. I didn't ask ahead of time, but if you guys have some away, feel free to hop on and say, I love using it for this. So tell me, Lara or Tisha or Andrea or Lainey, if you guys have one for lemon. And if not, I will share some of my favorite ways. I drink really quick. Okay, so for lemon, one of my favorite and kind of easiest ways to use this um, is to put lemon in my water every morning. So this can be a really gentle cleanser or cleaner for my body. Okay, and I'm looking in the comments. Andrea says she uses it in her water, just kind of as a gentle detox. And then Lara was saying it gets the goo off things. And this kind of goes hand in hand, but if you've ever experienced you've had something where it has a sticker on it and that just will not come off, that residue on there, put a drop or two of lemon on there and it will just kind of gently eat away at that goo or the paste on there and you can easily wipe it off, no problem. So it's a great cleaning product in the home to have and also just a gentle detox for the body. You'll notice up here it says A, T, and I. A is for aromatic, T is for topical, I is for internal usage. So that's kind of your quick guide to some of those things. Frankincense is an oil that promotes calming. It's helpful for anti-aging, so I love putting this into my skincare. And definitely one that helps with cell function. So brain health, people will use it for migraines or nerve kind of things within their body. So that is a really fantastic one. Digestin, Zen, this one has peppermint oil in it, but it also has several other oils that are really helpful for if you have an upset stomach. So if you're feeling motion sickness or nauseated or some other kind of stuff, or maybe you just ate too much or a meal's not settling well, using this internally, so taking a drop or putting one on your stomach can be amazing for that. Deep Blue, I already alluded to this one earlier when I told about the person that said, can an oil really work that fast? But this again is one that's going to help with any kind of muscles, joint pain, that kind of stuff. Breathe oil, this is the one that my friend used to help with her daughter with asthma. But this is going to be helpful for any kind of breathing issues or sinus problems going on. A lot of people like to use this oil at night in their diffusers if they are snorers or they have a hard time sleeping at night. It can really be beneficial for them. And then wild orange, this one's probably one of my favorite oils. It's so easy to fall in love with and I probably go through at least a bottle a month because I use it to just uplift my mood and my energy. I have it in my car so that my car smells better and it keeps everybody happy in the car as I'm running kids to and fro and all of that good stuff. So the last one I want to talk about is adaptive. So this oil is one that's going to be used to help with emotions and mood. And I know a lot of people right now just struggle with stress and anxiety. And this is one that you might put on your heart and just breathe it in deeply and have some calming effects. So I absolutely love this oil. And as we kind of talk about this stuff, here we go. One thing to keep in mind is if you don't already have essential oils in your home, we would love to help you get those. You can talk with the person that invited you here, and things that you can expect from our team. It says from me, but not from me, whoever invited you here, but from our team kind of collectively is we always do a welcome packet and a personal consultation to you. We have a couple different VIP education groups where we continue to go into a lot of great information and give ongoing support and just provide a place of community. Because in order to change, it really does take multiple people in your life supporting you to have a change that can be lasting. And that's what we really want for you. We don't want it to be something overnight or a fad, but I've been using these again for over 10 years, and I want you to fall in love with the oils just the same way. So here are 3 ways that you can purchase. One is that you can just do retail. Really, nobody does this. It doesn't make any kind of sense because it's more expensive. So while it's an option, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. 2, you can get wholesale pricing. And this is basically like using a Costco card. You would be able to get a doTERRA membership. And the really awesome thing is it's actually free your first year to have a doTERRA membership. And this is you're getting 25% below the retail value of everything. So this is the option that most people go, or the one below that. So this is a fabulous getting started option. The third option is that you can get that wholesale account and then also set up a recurring order called a loyalty rewards order. And this will give you a maximum kind of rewards back. And this recurring order, you can change anything about it, the date, who it's even shipped to, and of course, different products that you want. This is kind of my favorite way, or the way that I got started, because it allows me to kind of portion out getting oils consistently into my home and then get free products with it as well. And the person that invited you to class can kind of run through that a little bit more. Typically, people end up getting kind of a kit to start with, but the reason it was so important to text the person that invited you at the very beginning, your 3 health concerns, is because they can customize a kit just for you and help you figure out which kit would give you the most bang for your buck. I'm all about like getting great deals and getting the most for my money. So this is one of the kits that I love to start with. Most of the oils we talked about tonight, it's called the Healthy Essentials Kit. You also get a free diffuser with it. And I love this because you're getting several different oils to try out. One thing that I've seen is people will just start with 1 or maybe 2 oils, and then something else comes up, like a burn or an earache, and then they don't have a lavender or maybe an oil that's very versatile. And if they had a kit, they would have been able to address that really quick and really easily. So that's my favorite way to get started, is with a kit and then add anything else on with a loyalty rewards order into that to really target my health concerns. All right. So if you haven't had a chance yet, again, I encourage you, text the person that invited you your 3 top health concerns so that they know what ways they can help you. And here's what we can promise you. We're not going to hound you down or like harass you, but we do want to help you. So we'll chat with you and say, hey, how can we help you from here? And what oils are you interested in? Here's the oils I recommend for your health concerns. So does that sound good to everybody? Perfect. I'm seeing some smiles, some people going, yeah, they got it. All right, you guys. I have loved teaching you about oils tonight. The second part of this class is we talk about how we love to share doTERRA with other people. All right. So this part takes about 5 or so minutes. And I want to just tell you, talk to you about it really quick. So there are really three types of people when it comes to doTERRA. The first type of person is the person that wants to live just a healthy lifestyle, and they love purchasing doTERRA products and using them in their home, in their everyday life. The second type of person is the person that loves their doTERRA products, they live it, and they want to make sure that their mom and all their friends have their products too. This person can usually get their oils paid for just by sharing naturally with their friends and family around them. And then the third type of person can see, oh my goodness, I love this product, and there's a potential to make some money with this. So they either earn an extra side income or totally replace their current income with building doTERRA. And I know we're kind of in a big class. If we were sitting down together in an in-person class, I would ask you, what type of person do you feel like you are? And maybe right now you're just like, I don't know, I'm just getting started with oils. And it might just be that you're starting out and you want to just live a healthy lifestyle to begin with. I know for me, it started out at first, I was like, I just got to try the oils. Once I tried them, I fell in love with them super quickly, and I knew I wanted to share these with other people and earn an income with it. So sometimes people change over time and want that. I am just going to share a quick story with you guys. So there was a man who, for a living, hauled buckets of water. There wasn't a lot of water in their town, and so this man would take buckets of water from the stream or the pond, grab water, and carry it all the way over and have people buy the water from him. And after many years, he kind of got sick and tired of hauling all these buckets of water. And so for a little while, he would haul buckets of water. And then for the other part of the day, he started to build a ditch, like like a ditch going from the water to where he could sell the water. And he labored diligently for a few years. He put pipes in and it stretched all the way from the water to the village. And people would look at him and say, what are you doing that for? There's no water coming through. But finally, one day, he was able to turn on that spigot and water came in from the water source and all the way to the village. And all he had to do was to turn on that spigot. And he didn't have to take those buckets of water and haul them over time, over and over and over again. And when I heard this story, I got so excited because having this is kind of a representation for being able to share doTERRA and then over time have that continue to pay over time. Because there are people in doTERRA essential oils that I have shared with maybe 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and they fell in love with the product and they are still purchasing today. And so I'm able to continue to make a stream of income from those people. And my husband has a traditional job. I'm very grateful for that. It's been steady, great income, but because of our doTERRA income, he's actually been able to cut back on his hours and he works very part-time because he loves his job, but not because he has to have a job and we need that for his income. And that's really given us a lot of time freedom and other freedoms. And so it's really changed our life. I talked about in the beginning how essential oils have changed our life, and just as much, the business of doTERRA has changed our life. Some of my favorite things about this is it's really allowed us to dream together, to build true residual income where you put in work, you lay that pipeline, and then water or money, as you will, is able to flow through that. And that's really exciting to me. And I love sharing this part of doTERRA with other people as well. One of the reasons that I ended up partnering with doTERRA is there are a lot of awesome network marketing companies out there. But one thing that really got me into doTERRA is one, I love their products. And there are other network marketing companies, and I like their products too, or I even love them and I use them. But doTERRA also had an amazing business plan that I could partner with that. Already they have over 8 million customers, and they really have become used and trusted. It's kind of a household brand and name. And we have created partnerships with growers all around the world. There's just some really amazing things. The last thing that I really loved about it is that it's a privately owned company. So there's no shareholder saying, hey, make it, over here for us, for the shareholders. But they're really looking out for their customers and the people that they partner with in sharing those oils with other people. So you might be saying, yes, having some income sounds great from doTERRA, but how would I go about doing that? So I wanted to just tell you really how simple it is. For me, it just started with sampling somebody, opening my mouth when I saw a need, or someone was saying, oh my goodness, I'm not sleeping well. And me saying, have you tried essential oils for that? Right now, a lot of people are suffering from seasonal allergies. And so I have given out a lot of lavender samples lately because they can be really helpful for that. And so I sample someone and I just ask them if I can follow up with them in a day or two. Once they've had a great experience with an oil, I teach them about the oils and then invite them to get some oils into their own home by enrolling with doTERRA. And then continue to provide ongoing support with the oils with classes like these and other classes that we provide. And it's really as simple as that in sharing oils with other people. Okay, my friends. So the question is, are you passionate about oils? Do you care about people? And can you follow a system and get things done? Can you just follow that, share a sample, talk with somebody about their oils and help enroll them? And if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, we would love to talk more with you. I'm trying to keep this class. It was supposed to go to 6:30. I'm apparently not a fast enough talker. So I want to thank you guys so much for coming tonight. I will stick around for a minute or two if you guys have any other questions. And I can share other information with you guys. It's fun to see new faces on here. And I see faces of people that I know and have loved for a long time. So I would love to hear from you guys now. I'm gonna press stop share and we can see everybody. Perfect.